Chema.
Yes, I'm going to start with actually with a presentation with a very short video, and then very briefly we'll describe what Be Made and Alterkeys is. Can you play the video?
Everyone loves to travel, but our way of doing it has changed. Now we want to feel at home anywhere. We travel differently. By rocket, by hair, riding backwards on a hair. No, this hasn't changed, but the housing has. Now we sleep in rental apartments. We want to be as local as the locals, here or there. The bad part? As travelers, we don't want to give up the services of a hotel. We want it all. Well, take a seat and a deep breath and listen. Be Made is born. Wait, the birth metaphor's a bit obvious, isn't it? Let's try with an image of the creation. Oh no, the Big Bang. Well, let's move directly onto the logo. Perfect. Be Made connects special travelers who seek the independence and warmth of a rental apartment with a range of complimentary services that make their stay unforgettable. We connect travelers, hosts, and hotels in a collaborative community where they can relate. This one. Imagine the privacy of a downtown design apartment with all the free services you need, plus a series of optional services. It's great, isn't it? They celebrate it, but they didn't invent it. Such an idea could only be a creation of Quique Sarasola. Discover a collaborative community where unique accommodations and exclusive services are at the service of travelers. Discover a new way of traveling. Let's see an explorer surprised by something amazing. Perfect. Discover Be Made.
That's very briefly what Be Made is. Let me get started with what we did at Alterkeys. As you said before, I was working in banking in London. I was terrible. I was poor, but terribly bored. And I decided to start from my couch a company. I tried to rent my house in London at the beginning. I couldn't do it, so I decided to do something about it. And we created Alterkeys. We couldn't rent the house, but we came up with a business. And what we did, it was similar to what Airbnb was doing on the States, and they came to Spain later on. But we focused along the way, it was 2011, and we focused a bit later on professional. So rather than an individual running the house and letting the house for you, that it could be great sometimes, but sometimes individual people, as they don't do it regularly, they might have a lack of quality, they might leave the house not very clean, or they might tell you to pick up the keys in the bar, and it's not very convenient to you. We focus on people who would do it on a professionalism matters. And we were doing that, and we also were facing at that time, and Antonio, you might remember that very well, the regulation changed in Spain completely, which made things more difficult for us to rent apartments. And so we decided to focus on people who were in apartments on a professional way, on a legal way, that willing to pay taxes, to create their license and so on. And we became the main operator in Spain that would do that. In Alterkeys, we were working in over 42 countries, and we were so focused on making the rules be complied by any user of us. And we met Quique, as you might know, is the president of Roommate Hotels. He's a very innovative, not only hotel chain, but a human being. And they came out with a concept better than the one that we had before. It's Be Made. And what we do at Be Made is we select apartments. We go and visit every apartment. We only provide high quality standard apartments in the best part of town, only in very specific towns, for example, New York, Madrid, Malaga, Florence. And what we do is we combine the best of the hotel services with the best of staying at your home. And we don't only allow you to use our hotels, roommate around the world, but also if, say, for example, that you are in a Be Made apartment and you don't feel like cooking today, you can order a chef. Or if you want to go to the Lionsgate show in Madrid or in New York, you just can click it and that happens to you. And that happened like a year ago. And then we thought something else, and answering the question, where are we going forward with the technology? We are very tech-oriented, but we are also so human touch-oriented as well. We come from the hospitality industry. And what does it mean? It means services. It means people want to see you, people want to touch you, people want to see your face and your eyes sometimes. Technology allows to do many things, but we want to combine the best of both. So what we did at Be Made is we created a figure called the City Made. And what happens is when you rent an apartment with Be Made, you will have a guy calling you before you arrive. Say, for example, that you come from Japan to Madrid. Perhaps you don't know Spanish. So he will call you, he will welcome you, ensuring you the house is waiting for you there. That person, that city mate, will be waiting for you in the check-in, which is key. You say that you arrive at 2 a.m., you don't know what to do, you come with your wife and so on, your kids. There's someone there waiting for you, free of charge, by the way. And that person will be your guide throughout your whole stay. Say, for example, you want to have a tour to Toledo, or you want to have some recommendation of a cool restaurant, or you want to see some Real Madrid game, you can do it through our CityMate. So at the end of the day, what we're trying to do, we are achieving, is combine the best that can get out, can be off the technology side and work, with the best of the human touch. Because at the end of the day, we count the hospitality industry, and at the end of the day, it's services. And that's what we're doing at VMate.
Just a question, the cost of that, because you basically have an individual concierge or helper or whoever for your apartment. That's more expensive than what roommate has costs. Are your operational costs much higher?
I'm glad you asked this. Definitely we are, because that's what the technology comes in. So what we do is we try to be efficient, and it doesn't mean that we have one CityMate just for one person, just on request to use. That CityMate can be helping different guests at the same time. And technology allows the CityMate and some others on the company to provide the best service with perhaps 2 clicks or 30 minutes from a request from a guest. Okay. But that's a challenge.
Thank you. Thank you.